Welcome to August rain, folks, and the President of the United States is raining rants again on his Truth Social. This time, Donald J. Trump is taking direct aim yet again at Federal Reserve Chair Jerome "Too Late" Powell in a Truth Social post laced with insults, all caps demands, and a barely veiled threat. Trump refers to Powell as a stubborn moron and insists that he must substantially lower interest rates now. And if Powell doesn't comply, Trump declares that the board should assume control and do what everyone knows has to be done. Let's break this down with both clarity and historical context. First, Trump's post is not merely a rant, it's a serious attack on the Federal Reserve's independence, a core principle that has shielded U.S. monetary policy from political manipulation since the Fed's founding in 1913. According to the Brookings Institution, central bank independence is essential to maintaining credibility in markets and ensuring inflation targeting remains effective, especially in a post-pandemic recovery climate. Calls like Trump's urging the board to override the chairman for political ends signal a threat to that independence. Let's not forget, Jerome Powell was appointed by Trump in 2017. But when Powell began raising interest rates in 2018-2019 based on economic data, not campaign calendars, Trump turned on him, publicly berating him in over a dozen tweets, interviews, and rallies. In 2019, the Wall Street Journal reported that Trump even inquired about demoting Powell after the Fed raised interest rates, a move experts widely deemed legally questionable and unprecedented. In this new post, Trump goes even further, implying that the Federal Reserve Board, of which Powell is the chair, should wrest control from him if he fails to act. This is, at best, a misrepresentation of how the Federal Reserve System works, and at worst, a call for a kind of monetary coup. As CNBC notes, while the Board of Governors can reach consensus decisions, the chair sets the agenda and is not subordinate to the president or to partisan demands. Trump's comments suggest he either misunderstands or rejects this structure altogether. Meanwhile, Bloomberg economists and financial analysts continue to warn that erratic political interference in Fed policy could spook global markets, devalue the dollar, and drive inflation or recession depending on the context. By pressuring Powell to cut rates sharply despite the risk of renewed inflation, Trump is prioritizing short-term political gain over long-term economic stability. But this post doesn't exist in isolation. Just days earlier, Trump posted another Truth Social rant accusing Democrats of paying celebrities like Beyoncé, Oprah, and Al Sharpton millions of dollars for post-election endorsements again, without providing evidence. According to Reuters, there is no campaign finance record, audit, or complaint filed with the Federal Election Commission suggesting these payments occurred. Yet Trump presents it as fact, hoping that the spectacle of name-dropping celebrity targets will distract from the lack of proof. What we're seeing here is a two-pronged strategy: distract and destabilize. While Trump stokes a culture war against black celebrities, he simultaneously undermines the credibility of the nation's central bank. His playbook hasn't changed: create chaos, shift blame, and demand personal loyalty over institutional integrity. We must also mention the staggering hypocrisy. Trump now poses as a fiscal hawk decrying corruption, but during his presidency, national debt ballooned by nearly $7.8 trillion, according to the Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget. And despite his campaign rhetoric against elites, he handed the wealthiest Americans the biggest tax cuts in decades. Now, with interest rates not bending to his political will, he's throwing a tantrum and threatening institutional sabotage. It's a dangerous game, and one the American public should not take lightly. The Federal Reserve was created to be independent of political manipulation precisely because economic stability cannot survive under the pressure of campaign cycles. Trump's all-caps outrage isn't just noise, it's an assault on the core mechanisms of our financial governance. And that is the cold truth on Code Blue in America. Only on OGM News.
All right, friends, here's the deal. We need your support to level up our game. How can you help? Simple. Like, share, and drop a comment. Shower us with your love, your applause, or even your brutally honest displeasure. We can take it, we promise. Your feedback fuels us, even if it stings a little. And before you dash off, go ahead and smash that subscribe button on YouTube. Follow us everywhere: Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. Heck, if you're feeling retro, send us a carrier pigeon or a smoke signal. Stay awesome, stay witty, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.